Attention gamers. There's one item in League of Legends that's currently changing the game, granting free LP and breaking up happily married couples. And that's this urinating scroll. But to understand why that's the case, you have to first learn about what I like to call the broken bullshit life cycle of Summoner's Rift changes. You see, every now and then Riot is like, we need to sell more Lux skins, so they decide to release something new in their game. This causes balance to be thrown off because they are a small indie company and something inevitably becomes busted. Then desperate content creators with no soul like me rush to make videos on this to get views on their otherwise dead YouTube channels, which makes people start to try it themselves. People get a fat amount of LP with it, then Riot is like, oh, we made a whoopsie, they fix it, and then 3 years later someone comments on my video saying this was fixed, and today this thing is building a support item on an ADC because it just level 8. The upgraded support item gives you a fat sheen proc, which added to a first item Luden's shotgun, and now an easy as hell skill to land like a misfortune E becomes pretty much uncounterable. And I don't see Faker's dad in the chat, so you probably will miss a CS here and there, which allows you to still get full gold for the ones you do get. So today I'm gonna show you how this ruins everyone else's day so you can get it on this part of the life cycle. But in case you don't see this until it's here, the best way to always get in on the latest OP tech when it's still here is to download the free app Professor and use it while you play League. Here's a demonstration of why you need it. Before game, it tells you all the best champs in the current meta. As people are locking in picks, it gives you counters and information about your matchup, with the ability to import the best runes for your champ and match up straight into the game. Once in loading screen, you get a dank scouting report of all players, like how it says my support is a Maokai lover. Notice it didn't say he was good at him. But it's okay because my Garen and Blood were both popping off, so we took home the dub, and I didn't do bad despite carrying the dead weight of a sped oak tree all game because I had real-time metrics and summoner spell trackers to aid me. After the game you get a slick scouting report of all the good and bad things you did so you can improve, and everything I showed you is both free and being used by your competitors, so use my link in the description to get it today. Alright, so the best way to abuse this nonsense is to roll APMF with Comet, then look past all the pretty items and purchase the pissing support scroll. Every time the other bitch thinks she's gonna have a peaceful Sunday, you glitter bomb her with your E. I would advise against having a support who goes AFK and lets little midget devils spit flaming hot Cheetos breath spit balls at you, but stick to the plan and you'll start to wither them down. I like to splatter some dead minion guts on them from time to time to keep it exciting, and if done correctly you'll have them going nuts to butts with their own tower until they are low enough for you to do something stupid. Here you can see I'm proudly displaying my hard stuck elo by chasing like I have a fetish for it until I give up on Featherheather and accept my consolation prize of taking a piss on Lucifer's left nut as I anticlimactically chase him down with Nami coming in to quote unquote help me score the first blood. Don't do what I did here, as Liandry's is dumb and you need the Luden's shotgun for maximum tilt inducing gameplay, but it's worth noting at this point the passive stats that come on the golden wiener scroll will keep you winning trades until you can all in, and at this point I don't think their ADC is having a great time. And it turns out applying more pressure than a migraine gives you dragon priority, but I still make sure to flaunt the cleavage, distract this liquid pervert away from stealing something that really matters long enough for them to get the objective and get ready to fight, which I participate in by slamming my weenus against my alt key and watching health bars disappear until it's just Wally and his creepy water droplets waiting to be sent back to base. At this point I have a disgustingly transformative shopping trip as I get Luden's sniper and upgrade my support item. These with Comet and some quick math means a single E will tick for like 500 bonus damage, and I was eager to show this ward harassing hobbit how that new burst would feel. Now even just clipping a pigeon with my E would chunk her for a fourth of her health, and every time this pocket-sized Satan thought he was properly supporting by clearing vision, I would clear half his health with ease. I was now playing the game where the enemy isn't allowed in the same zip code as the wave, and if they even think about it I would politely ask them where all their health went. And the resource deprivation of these losers will have them so useless that our jungler could perform an otherwise dumb as shit 1v3 and do an entire tap dance routine in front of them without fear of them actually hurting him, until it's just their jungler who is so tilted that he dives back towards danger not once, but twice, until he eventually hits the peace outie as well. Meanwhile I've invited the grave-digging dickhead on our team to witness how insane this is, as I'm just like, look, I throw some pebbles into the sky, wait for them to come down, cue Papa Rabbit asshole, and you can get the credit for it. The only thing I'm unsure about, and maybe you in the comments can help with, is when we get ganked by an uncoordinated Vladimir and I want to help, but I know there's a traveling pool party en route, so I need to play this safer than a seatbelt on a sofa until I eventually lose my patience and throw some shit at him. How does my Nami end up getting the kill credit here? Anyways, I've now made a name for myself, so Draco Malfoy over here isn't even looking at the free sushi we have on display because he just wants to cuff these perky double Ds, but unlike an ADC that has to consistently auto-attack to do damage, I can just run around in a neighboring galaxy until I can safely throw an E down and watch everyone run away from my entourage. It's worth noting that my positioning did get me into some hairy situations. But they all ended up working out. And so based off of my KDA, I would say this pick with a support item rush creates a pretty risk-free environment for you to piss the absolute fuck off out of your lane opponent, snowball into the late game while continuing to play safe because your best ability has the range of a fully charged Cybertruck, and then enjoy your free LP. I decided to double down on my theory by locking in Lux for Game 2 as the ADC with the support item, and based off of the first clip in the intro you can see the pressure had things starting out nicely. I would tell my vegan support she can do dumb things as long as she wraps the vine roots around this Pepto-Bismol looking lizard, and at level 4 I'd already be able to take care of the rest. So then you can imagine once you add the Lux titty laser to the equation, things would only get worse for them. Typically at this point I'm so consumed by the amount of bullying that I am doing that I forget about this game being a team game only to get ganked by some Bollywood Robin Hood, but at this point even with Uncle Akshan visiting town I can still make it a bad day for their ADC. I will say we did get jump scared at one point, but I had my 2-item full build, so Nico got blown up like a Chipotle bathroom, and then I chased down Pizza Pie Patty to inform her that I am not fond of such surprises. That was followed by some "This is why we keep buffing Lux Riot marketing for more skin sales" clips. At this point everyone feared the titty lasers, and while some people could parkour past, the clumsy colorful followers weren't as lucky. Now despite this stomp fest there will always be virgins in the lobby. And I had my suspicions for who said virgin was. But I was growing in power. Only to have an awkward run-in with Pepperoni Patty once again. It's hard to believe this Bollywood bozo was actually hard carrying their team at one point. And even though we had our forces trying to forfeit, the enemy's forces were stronger, so with that I just want to say, lock ADC, buy the pissing scroll, enjoy your LP, and then subscribe to my channel. Rav out.